Awesome. There we go. There we go. I had some trouble this morning getting set up, but here we are. It is 9:30. It is 9:30. It's 9:30. That means the stock market is open. The stock market is open at 9:30. So let's go. Let's go. Let's find out what's happening today. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, folks, we've got four tickers that are ready to abide. So let me just see what they're looking like. Make sure I'm on penny stock this time. I'm on penny stock this time. And while I'm doing that, I will say welcome to Get Rich 101. I'm your host, Sekouw Rites, and I'm a survivor. I survived one stroke, but only 17% of people survive it. Ooh, this looks good. SPRO looks good. Ooh, it's definitely good for the Aladdin's touch, but I'm going to hold off on Aladdin's touch. And so I got a few things to talk about. This one, I can't even remember the name of it. It's right here, but what's the name of this again? SBET. It went up to 53. I was dealing with it when it was down in the sixes. I still can't figure out how to get this chart to show the things that my cell phone chart will show. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for what's it called? Active order, pre-order. So it will show all this information here. I got to figure that out. And that just goes to show you that things will not be the way that you need them to be. The way that you want them to be. Let's put it that way. Things will not be the way that you want them to be. You got to figure out how to get. So I got it figured out on my phone, but I got to get it figured out on the desktop. But anyway, it shot up. Went up to 53. Went from $6 to $53. Now, mind you, I did make some money off of this. I made $190, but look at it. It went up to 53. I mean, that is a heck of a shoot up front. So that's a good one. Lets me know that my intuition is right. Speaking of intuition, I was watching one yesterday. I was watching one on the show. I can't remember the name of it, but I was watching with you guys, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna buy it when the show closes. Now that's about 15 minutes. Well, it was about 15 minutes from where I was, because it was about 9:45, and I thought I'm gonna close it I'm gonna buy it when the show closes. So that's 10 a.m. That's 10 a.m. I bought at 10 a.m. and just like that, it was gone. So let me explain. From 9:45 to 10 o'clock, it was straight up. And I bought at 10 a.m. It's a little bit higher. And then it went boom, boom. I was like, oh man. But so once again, I had the right ticket, I had the right action, but I moved too slow. I moved too slow. So I should have bought it while I was on the phone, while I was on this, while I was doing this with you guys. All right. So that just lets me know. That just lets me know. All right. So let me see. Let me see what I got. So basically, I'm going to chill until 9:45. Chill until 9:45, and then I'm going to get serious about getting a new what am I talking about? Sorry, my phone started ringing. It was ringing on my watch. I don't even remember. So let's check up on the comments. Okay. B King is lighting up the world. Yeah, $53. Yes, B. Yes, $53 per share. Now I gotta tell you guys, let me let you guys in on this again now. I bought this stock in the sixes, and I sold it. I'm gonna say it's still in the sixes, maybe still in the sixes, maybe seven at the most. No, it was still in the sixes. I remember because I was thinking maybe I'll go for seven, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna go back. I'll go back a little bit. And so I bought it in the sixes and I sold it in the sixes. But from the sixes, it went up to $6 per share, up to $53 per share. What? What? So I am very excited that I picked a supernova. I picked a supernova. I did not get supernova pricing, but I picked a supernova. That means that I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of this. All right. So that's really cool. That's really cool. So now I just gotta lock it in. Just gotta lock it in. But $53 per share. And the other one was the other ticker. I bought it for. Oh wait a minute! I do still have it. I bought it. I bought EJH. And what am I saying? I bought EJH, and I bought it at 25. I bought it at 24. I bought it and then to sell it at 24, 25. Well, I bought it at 23. I bought it at 23 to sell it at 25. But 25 was right above its deadline because it went up to 24 and change and then dipped down. So that's what I get for waiting. That's what I get for waiting and trying to do it after the class. That's what I get. That's what I get. Okay, let me see. Let me see what fees on mine. Can you guesstimate the profit gain on what that could have been had you got in and the stock rose to 53 per share from where you bought in? No, I cannot. It's so funny. It's so funny that that I used to think about it this way too. I used to think about it like easy math. Easy math. How much would that be? It's not easy math. It's not easy math. See, so what I have to do is I bought, let's say 10 shares. I bought 10 shares of it, and let's just say $6, right? Then I've got to follow the stock chart. Got to follow the stock chart, and I'm just trying to get out 6, 7. I'm just trying to get out. Well, let me answer your question. So $56, then up to 53. Now, first of all, you're not going to sell that high. You are not going to sell that high. And I got caught up in this too. I was like, I want to get to the top. No, you're not going to get to the top. What you've got to do is you've got to be of the mind to get out before it goes down. Or you wait till it goes down and then you get out soon. If you're diligent about watching it. But if you're not watching it, you got to catch it when it's going up. Right? So that's number one. Number two, well, maybe there isn't really a number two. Well, yes, there is. You have to figure out how much each per share is going to equal when it goes up. Like I can't tell you the formula. I can't tell you the formula. What I do is I sell, and then I go into the computer and I say, how much did I win? That's how I do it. I just look for it in the app, inside the Think or Swim app, and look for it. And that's how I know, because I have no idea. I have no idea. But that would have been a good payday. That would have been a good payday if I had sold it in the 20s, 30s, 40s. Oh man, that would have been good. That would have been good. Now, yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good. That reminds me of my days with with AMC. So for those of you that don't know, AMC was my first stock. Man, good times, good times. So I bought AMC and I let it go up and up and up, and it was going up so fast. Like I bought it at $1. I bought it at $1, and it shot up to 60, 70, what? 80, and I was like, all right. I think that was it. I think I was going to sell at 80. I was like, all right, $80, that's it, right? But it didn't go to 80. It did not go to 80. It went to like 79, and it went down. And I was like, what? What? And it went down again. Oh, it went down again. So ultimately, I sold it for 40. That's past 60, 70, past all that, and it started coming back down. And I got it. I sold it at 40. Sold it at 40, right? And now I made a decent amount of money. I made 40 times whatever. It came out to $1,200. But that's what I'm saying. Your mind has to be strong. Your mind has to be strong, because once it came down to 5, it did not go back up. Go back up. It did not go back up. Once it came down to 5, it stayed. It stayed. And I could have stayed with it all the way down. Or I could have sold with it going up, and I would have made out much better, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can do stocks, but that's what I have to say. Like, don't worry about the dollar amount. It's my final point. Don't worry about the dollar amount. Don't worry about the dollar amount, and be mindful. Is my strategy working? Is my strategy working? Right? That's it. That's it. Okay, let's see. Why not? Why not hold out somewhere in the middle of the too late and the bottom? I'm not sure. I think I might have answered that. I think I might have answered that in what I was just saying. I think that's what I answered. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let me bring it full circle. So for AMC, I could have gone up, and then I could have sold it coming down. And this one right here, I could have sold it up. I could have sold it up, and then once it hit 53, it started going down. I could have sold it down here, and I'd still be high. It would still be high in here. All right. Oh, okay. I see Reverend Mel just poked in. I hope I can get her, because my Hey, are you there? I can't hear you if you're there.
I am here.
Yeah.
I couldn't unmute for a minute. Can
Could
you
you?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Could you see me?
No,
Could you see me?
no.
Huh.
I see you now, but I couldn't see you before. Everything was
Hmm.
frozen.
All right. Well, I guess let me just try it again. Um, hey, Reverend Mel.
Good day, Sekou.
I mean,
How you
hey,
doing?
how you doing? How you doing? I'm just trying to get my thing right.
Okay.
So, well, anyway, so what happened was last week we were talking about something, and you said you want to get into it. Did you write it down? Because I didn't write it down. I did not write it down. Yeah.
All right, let me think about it for. Well, what were you just doing? I saw the chart was up when I first came on.
Yeah, the chart.
I'm gonna while you do that, I'm gonna look for my notes from last week.
I was trying to. I was trying to put up. Well, this one that I was doing, what I was doing recently, it went to 53. Went to 53 after I was playing with it at 6. I bought it at 6, and then it shot up to 53. And I was explaining to Fee that I could wait till it got to 53 and then start until and then saw it start to pull back. And I could have
Uh-huh.
sold it for like in here. So it would still be a decent amount. So it would have been a
So
decent.
so you bought this at $6?
I bought it at $6, but I sold it at $6. I made $1.90 off of this. But look at it, it went up to 53. So I was congratulating myself on having the intuition to choose uh, a lightning rod, but I didn't get the full appeal of the lightning rod because I didn't
Yeah.
hold it long enough. Yeah, 53.
So did you set a booby trap for it to sell at 6?
Yeah, I set a booby trap. And if I hadn't set a booby trap, or if I set a later booby trap, I would have gotten much more.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
that I think that's why I like to set big, like a big booby trap, even though it says that's a lot, because of situations like this.
Yeah. But then you don't mind it trailing. If it doesn't hit your mark and it trails, you don't let it mind it hanging around down there. Now,
Yeah, I don't.
I've been doing that, but it throws me off in terms of tracking. In terms of me tracking the system, like I
Yeah.
spent this much, I got this much back. It throws me off, and
Yeah, I
so I've
get
been
that.
trying to get that back. And so I've been trying to do day only, day trade, day trade, day
Yeah,
trade.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so I've been trying to work with that, you know. But yeah,
yeah.
this would have been a great one. This one would have been a great one.
So it went up to 53 and now it's
Yeah,
down to 28?
yeah, now it's down 28. Now 28 is
Even
still
that's
good.
good.
Yeah,
$6?
yeah, $6 to 28. That's good. That is good. That is good. But I
Wow.
sold mine at at $6. You know, in in between the $6 range. So I don't want to get in now. I don't want to get in now because
Yeah, it's on
I'll
its
be
way back
buying.
down.
Yeah, because now I'd be buying at 28, and I was gonna keep going south.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remembered. I found my note from last week.
Okay.
So we were ending the show talking about collection agencies and why
Oh,
it
right.
may not be the best thing to do to settle debt with a collection agency.
Okay.
So I did a little research. So,
Look at this cat.
all right. Oh, hey, Nelson.
Never seen him get up to here. I've never seen him get up here. This is a first.
Nelson wants that adventure this morning.
Right. All right. Go ahead.
Let me see. Let's see. So one of the reasons is it could have a negative impact on your credit score when you pay it off through a collection agency. And let me see. Mm, Usually, I think I said last time that it's better to go back to the original
Yes, you said that.
um,
The person who originally had.
creditor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to see if you can negotiate with them instead
Right.
of paying the collections agency.
Right. Right.
So one of the things that came up when I was looking into this was sometimes if you go back to the original creditor, they don't want to deal with you anymore because they've already written you off.
Right.
So it's kind of like the window to negotiate with them has closed. So your only option may be to deal with the collection agency. But the thing with the collection agency, if they're coming for the full amount of the debt, you never pay the full amount of the debt
Never pay the full.
because,
Never pay the full amount. Never
no,
pay the full amount.
never
Okay.
pay the full amount of the debt
Okay.
because the collection agency has already purchased your debt from the creditor for less than what you owed.
Okay.
Right? So the creditor wants to get rid of this debt. They'll still get rid of it at a lower amount, right? To a collection agency. And then the collection agency is going to try to come at you for the full amount because that's how they're going to make their money.
Right.
But the collection agency wants to get something, but you
Right.
don't pay the full amount to the collection agency. You can negotiate with the collection agency. So and let me just say this disclaimer, I am not a debt advisor, financial advisor, wealth manager, or any
No,
of
neither
those
am I. Neither
things.
am I.
Neither is Sekou. These
Yeah.
are just some things that I've learned dealing with my own personal debt and trial and error.
Right.
So let me see. So, although you may not feel like you're in a strong position, you are because they want to get something from you. They want to get some money.
Okay.
So negotiate.
Okay.
Negotiate. If you cannot go back to the original creditor, see if you can negotiate. But just know that it could have, regardless of what happens, it could still have a negative impact on your credit score.
Okay. That reminds me of something that came up for me. I was talking about basically ignoring the creditors.
Yes.
Ignoring the creditors until you had the money. You know who it was? You know who it was that gave me this advice?
Who?
David Capablanca.
The guy you went to see in
Yes.
in LA?
Yes.
Oh.
It took me the longest time to remember. It took me the longest time. I was Googling, I was searching, I was looking for stuff, and I was like, David. So what he did was he was feeling stressed about all the money he had to pay back for his I think it was a tumor he had. But anyway, it was serious business regarding his health. And so He had all that money being asked for him. And he said he changed his number. He changed his number so the bill collectors couldn't call him. They would call his old number, but he didn't. He put that phone away and just didn't deal with them. He said he needed to do that to go into a comfortable space in terms of not dealing with anybody else in terms of money, so that he could focus on making money. So he could focus on, and he made all this money, and it came out. It's like boom, boom, boom. You get some money. You get some money. You get some money. He paid everybody off, and that's what he did. That's what he did. Yeah.
I love everything about that. But the key to that is he had a plan. He was focused.
Yes, he had definitely.
Right. And that's rare.
Yeah.
Because the average person, it just ignores it. It does not have a plan. And even worse, maybe getting themselves deeper in the hole because they haven't made any changes with their relationship with money, their finances, and their mindset.
Yes.
So you're just digging yourself deeper in a hole.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have been saying to myself daily, well, not daily, but often to myself is, come on, Sekou, you got a plan. You have a plan. You're going to build this money. You're going to build this money. You're going to build this money, and I'm going to build this stock money. Stock money. Stock money. I'm going to build it up and build it up, build it up, and then I'm going to come back and pay off everybody. But I had to have that very focused thing that I have to succeed with the day trading. I have to succeed with that because there's all these mechanisms, all these percentages of how many people don't make it. But I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm very focused on this. Very focused.
I believe you. I believe you. I know you're very focused.
Thank you.
And anyone that's listening to this, listen to what Sekou is saying. He has a plan. He shifted his mindset. He is very focused. He's not in denial. That's the other thing. Like, don't be in denial about what is. You know, it is. It is whatever the situation it is. And don't deny that, but have a plan. So I was looking for this. So here are some tips before making any payments to a collection agency. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quick ones. So you want to verify the debt's legitimacy. And this is so important. I remember with my Aunt Marion, when she got sick, I was handling all her finances. And she was getting so many, when I first started doing her finances, I noticed all of these collection letters. And I asked her, like, what is this? She was like, I don't know. So I called some of them, and most of them were from department stores.
Okay.
And so I called, and they were saying that they were claiming that she owed, money on either department store credit cards or whatever. And so I asked her, and she said no, that she didn't. And my aunt was very good with paying her bills up until that point. So I asked them to send me the original verification of the purchases or whatever it was they're saying that she owed the money for.
That's smart.
And they never sent it.
They never sent it.
They never sent it, and
Wow.
we never got another notice in the mail. So
Wow.
one of the things it says is to request a debt validation letter from the collection agency.
What?
So they're also testing to see who might be vulnerable.
Mm.
So you never, and they target the elderly especially. And so you never go by a letter that you receive in the mail saying you owe somebody money without
Wow.
verifying it first.
Without verifying it.
And they're legally required to
Wait,
provide you with.
And verifying it with the entity itself. Like,
Yes.
don't go back to whoever contacts you. Go back to the entity. Go back to whoever is the company.
You could do both, because if it's a legitimate collection agency, they would have documentation from the original creditor of that debt.
Okay.
So if they don't, that's a red flag right there.
Okay.
So I would go back. In this instance, I only had to deal. I can't remember if it was the credit card company of the department store, or I think it was a collection agency. And I asked them for verification of the debt, and they never sent it, and we never got another letter from them.
Wow, that is good. That is good.
So they're just fishing. They're just fishing.
Yeah.
Negotiate a settlement. So this is what I already shared. So you can always negotiate at a lower price. So even when you have all the money, Sekou, that you need to pay off debt, you still don't have to pay off what the original debt was. You could negotiate. You can still negotiate.
Good point. Good point. About to get my negotiation on.
Because they just want some money, because they have already written this off.
Right.
They have already written it off. L.
Wait a minute. So the same things that you said already apply, right? Get in touch with the company that I owe the money to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, when you go back, depending on how much time has passed, they may say, sorry, it's already in collections. And then you deal with the collection agency. But don't even pay them the full amount. You negotiate. Right. The thing is, when companies, what's the word? They cancel your debt. That can also have tax implications for you. So I'm not a tax expert either, but that's something else to take into consideration. We already talked about how it could impact your credit score. The fourth advice is to seek professional advice. So you can go to a legitimate nonprofit debt. What do they call those companies? The companies that help you with your debt. But the important thing is to go to one that's a nonprofit, not a for-profit. So a nonprofit debt advisor. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, you want to go to a nonprofit one. There are ones out there. And then the last one, it says, be aware of the potential consequences, understanding that settling a debt can have both positive and negative consequences on your finances and your credit. So there were some points. Oh, statute of limitations. Some debt may be time barred, meaning the collection agency cannot sue you to recover the debt. Paying the debt can reset the statute of limitation. So that's important too.
Say it again. I'm not understanding it.
So there could be a time limit on the collection agency collecting the debt.
Okay.
So I'll read it again. Some debts may be time barred, meaning the collection agency cannot sue you to recover the debt. Paying the debt can reset the statute of limitations. So there's a statute of limitation on some forms of debt. And if you make any payments, that could reset the statute of limitations.
Wow.
So this is why, if you're dealing with this, people out there,
Yeah.
You want to talk to someone who is an expert
You need
in
somebody on your side for
this
sure.
area.
You really need somebody on your side. That's what I'm getting. I need somebody on my side to deal with
And
it.
a nonprofit organization is who you want to seek out, not for profit, because their goal is to make a profit off of your debt. Nonprofit, they have a different mission and focus.
Wow. All right. Let's see what he's saying. This is so good. I've been getting text messages from a company saying they have an outstanding tickets in DC. I clicked into it just for fund price that is not an official DC entity. Lots of new scams. Wow.
Yes, so that's the other thing. No legitimate company is going to text you to say that you have a debt. None. I think it's probably some kind of, it's probably, I don't know if it's a law or not, but they cannot text you. And
Really?
and the other thing, if you get a text, do not click on it, don't, because it's probably a scam. And the other thing is, if they call you constantly, you could tell them, please do not call me. Do not call me.
Does that work?
You could try it. I only want to receive information in the mail. So that's another thing, that most legitimate debt collectors are going to send you something in the mail. They're not going to email you, and they're not going to send you text messages. Definitely not sending text messages. So that's a flag that is probably a scam.
So at what point do you get a nonprofit involved? Like, at what phase of this process?
I think at any point you could just get a consultation. You know, like, so if you're not in a position to pay anything off yet, you could still have a consultation with them to see what the steps are, what the best practices are, you know, come up with a plan with them, you know, so that when you get to that point, you're ready and you're not starting from zero. So it's always timely to get information and educate yourself. That's always timely.
Right. Wow. Okay, so let's recap the points, the main points again. Let's just, because I feel like this is important. Let's ding them again.
Yes, and I could tell you, many years ago, I had a credit card from Citibank, and I didn't pay it. I don't know. I was young and foolish. I didn't pay it, and they sent me a letter saying, we'll settle this debt with you for, it was probably like 25% of what the original debt was. It was drastically reduced. And I was like, oh, okay. So I paid that amount. So let's say it was $1,000.
Right.
And I only paid 25% of the $1,000. So that's what? $250?
Okay, let's
do the math real quick.
Yeah,
$250. Okay. So the debt was $1,000. Citibank contacted me. They was tired of having this debt on their books, and they were like, if you pay $250, we'll cancel the rest of the debt. Right. So I was like, oh, okay. I thought that was a good thing.
Right.
And kind of was. So I paid it $250. However, it had tax implications because the difference between 1,000 and 250 is $750.
Right.
So that had a tax implication for me.
Wow.
So it could be viewed as income because it's something that I didn't have to pay. But it's the IRS views that as some benefit to you that you now have to pay taxes on.
Wow.
So that's why it's important to consult with a debt advisor. And so I knew nothing of this until it was time for me to pay my taxes. And I get this form in the mail saying, $750, and I needed to file this with my taxes.
Really?
Yeah.
$750.
700. Well, I'm making up the numbers, but
yeah, right. But wow.
So it's all these little nuances that we don't know, and I learned through trial and error.
Right.
But we don't have to learn through trial and error. We could learn from people who do this as their profession.
Let's stick with this topic for a while. Because I feel like there's some good stories here. Let's stick with it. Let's stick with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, that's a little scary too. That's a little scary too. But I gotta find my nonprofit.
They're out there. So I'll make a note to look up nonprofit that consultants.
Yeah. Consultants. Yeah.
Or debt advisors. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've run out of time.
All right.
Hold on. Please telling me in person to check my notes. Let's see.
Well, tonight there's something happening tonight. The book study with you.
Oh yeah. Yes. 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 Let's talk about the book study. Let's talk about the book study, Reverend Bell.
So tonight, I'm gonna put up the flyer for it. Tonight is our community cafe, our Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Book study, Hack Your Pain Now, written by our very own Sekou Writes. And we're on a journey through this amazing book that he wrote before he had his stroke that helped him after he had the stroke. And it's helping all of us.
That I was not going to publish.
That he was not going to publish. So what I love to say about the book is it's not just a book you read, it's a book you live. And that is what we're doing in this book study. We are living the book. And we are applying the commandments to our lives. And Sekou is sharing with us how he used these commandments today, now in his life. So join us at 7 p.m. every Wednesday, May and June. You just go to rocklandcsl.org, click on Community Cafe, and the Zoom link is there. It is a love offering to Sekou for him sharing his time, his energy, his insight, and his journey with us and the way that he is. So please join us. It's welcome. Everyone is welcome. You can catch up on the book. We're doing Commandments 4 and 5 this evening, but they're short chapters, short commandments, so you can catch up.
Ashe. You did so well. So thank you, Reverend Mel. And I hope to see you guys, you guys out there in the audience watching. I hope to see you guys at the book study.
Yes.
Let's go.
Get the book at Amazon, paperback, ebook, and audio.
Yes. Yeah, check it out. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Don't forget that now is better than perfect. Now is better.
Peace and blessings.
Later.